Hello everyone, my name is SugarAndy and today I'm making a video to say a proper goodbye to 2017 and welcome 2018 as a new year. I always do this. I mean, I've been doing this since 2015, so I gotta keep up my tradition basically. But the point of this video is to put my few words on the major events that happened last year, or just random things that happened last year in our community or in the world that I still remember, or the things that happened within these few days and what happened in my personal life, to just talk about it a little bit, and also say my New Year's resolutions, which is a thing I always do, and some of them are of course for my channel, because I'm always looking to improve, and I might share it with the world, so maybe you guys could see if I'm doing things right. But yeah, I feel like maybe I should start by actually talking about 2017. To be honest, it was such a year that a lot of things happened, yet it felt like one of my fastest years. It just feels like it flew by so quick. But now that I think about it, so many of these events that happened this year, I feel like they happened in 2016 or something, but they were this year that just finished. But so many things happened and I just don't feel like I could cover them all and put my own few words on it. I would say that 2017 wasn't such a bad year, especially in my personal life. It wasn't so bad at all. In fact, was changing a lot of things for me, but I feel better now because of those changes, so it wasn't so bad. Some bad things did happen. I did experience some new things, unfortunately, but I guess I'll get to that. And the world though wasn't in the greatest shape it's ever been, and I feel like 2017, we didn't make it seem like such a bad year, but a lot of bad things did happen, as with like new terrorist attacks and all kinds of crazy people going around. Like, I don't know, the one event that really I remember still was the acid attacks that happened. I find that to be so messed up that I just could not forget about it. Another major thing that happened were all these floods that happened that were pretty bad, to say the least. I honestly wasn't keeping up with news. I never do keep up with news, neither from my country or from around the world, but some things you just get to hear and it's pretty bad, and I feel really bad for everyone lost and everything that got destroyed, and I do hope that they will recover eventually from their losses, because this is just terrible when nature strikes, but it's inevitable. We can't do anything about it. I believe we all know this, but... And also the wildfires that have been happening as of not too long ago. That's something that's been freaking me out a little. It's just, I don't know, it's just bad events. I'm just pointing out a couple of bad events that happened. They're not a couple, it's a lot of bad things that happened in 2017. I don't feel we lost as many people that so many people are valuing. Like, I'm talking about celebrities, because I think 2016 was the year where just we had a lot of unfortunate losses. This year, not so much, I think, which is good, but I'm not sure. I really don't keep up with news or celebrities, so I can't say much on that. But I don't know, it was not a great year in perspective of death counts and all kinds of stuff like that. But, you know, it's been a thing. We can't change that. Like I said last time, death is a natural thing that comes to everyone, and especially when nature causes it, you can't help it. It's nature. It's just the way things are. Sadly, we can't do anything about it yet. But good things that happened. A bunch of decent games came out, especially Doki Doki, which I'm in love with. I've kind of been in love with it almost since it came out, because we played it with my friends started playing it, then I got a little more interested in it, and I continued watching it on my own. But that was before all the hype that it gained on YouTube, but now I'm in love with the memes. I feel like 2017 had a lot of good memes. That's the one good thing that happened last year. And in our little community, Oh my god, the polls and like all these minors that transferred to YouTube, they're gonna be ruining everything. A lot of things happened this year. I don't think I should be trying to comment on everything, because that'll take ages. Maybe I should just get to the point of my own life, because if you're on a resume, I'm pretty sure you lived through this year too. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what happened. I don't need to summarize it for you, but it's not been that great, but it's not been that bad. It has been pretty bad, okay? I personally don't remember it to be such a bad year, but it is. It's not great. Not the greatest year for humanity. I feel like I said that last year too. I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah. In my own life, I recently regained some friends that were really close to me that I lost, so I'm really happy about that. I feel like I made more real life friends and I opened up more as a person. I am a little bit more confident, not in my looks or anything, like no self-esteem. I'm just saying I am a little more open to talk. I'm not as awkward and shy. I still am, but I'm not as awkward. I have improved that a little bit. I feel like I am a little more open, probably because of this atmosphere that I study in. It has been fairly stressful for me ever since my new school year. Just because of how much work they give us. That's the reason why my content has been dying out. It's just because I've been having so much to do for school that I couldn't keep up with my content either. Last year I spoke about my phlegm again, and it is bad. This time you could kind of hear how I'm speaking, like with my nose, you know how when you get sick, it's kind of at the back of my nose now. And I more swallow it, because before I used to do, instead of what's happening now to me now, I constantly have to swallow it, and it just feels really bad when I speak, but I'm not sure what to do about it. Nobody's sure what to do about it. I feel like we kind of gave up on trying at this point. I was thinking about continuing to sing. Last year I was saying that I'm going to continue to sing because it's my passion, despite the fact that I have all these phlegm issues. And that I was taking up lessons just because I really love to sing. But one really sad thing that happened this year for me is the teacher who was giving me lessons passed away. And I know it's like a teacher, so you might think like we weren't so close or something, especially because I didn't have that many lessons, but she was a close family friend, and she was such a talented and good woman. She was one of the most innocent, beautiful people I've ever met, and that's not a joke or me over exaggerating. She had such a pure soul. She was so good to everyone and so helpful, and she also had a family and like really young children, a couple of pets, and it's just really sad to me because a lot of people loved her and she was a big loss to a lot of us here. She was also an absolutely amazing musician. She did her own music too. She was really good. Like, she was super talented at what she was doing, and she was actually genuinely such a sweet person that you rarely ever see anyone so pure and so good in the world. And we lost her to an illness. They couldn't save her. When I first found out that she was ill and she was in a hospital, they were saying that she was gonna be okay within half a year, and eventually nothing managed to happen. I'm not sure if it was because it was impossible for her to be saved, or because our medicine here is bad, or I don't know. I don't feel like it was an impossible illness to treat. I think it was the way our doctors probably handled it, but I could just be putting the blame on someone for no reason. I do get a feeling that might have been the case, and that's really upsetting to me. So many people tried so hard to help her, where they were holding charity concerts and all kinds of stuff, and she was truly a great woman, and it's really sad that she has left us, but I genuinely hope that there is an afterlife so she's in a better place. I felt the need to actually speak about her because I miss her. She was really great. I really doubt I personally am going to be taking up any lessons. So she was a really close friend of my father. Like, they've known each other since forever, so I'm pretty sure he took it way harder than me, but I'm pretty sure everyone who ever got to meet this woman probably feels really bad, because it's just, she was wonderful. Like, if you meet such a nice person, you can't not feel bad about it, even if you barely ever got the chance to be close to them. Maybe you'd even feel bad because you never got the chance to be so close to them because they're so wonderful. But yeah, rest in peace, and she was a wonderful person. Hope she's in a better place now. I hope everyone who passed away that is a good person is in a better place now. I don't really believe in heaven or hell, but I do want to believe that there is some kind of afterlife and that everyone who's good is, you know, living the dream now. I just feel really bad for her family, honestly, though. That's the most upsetting part to me. It's really sad when people with families pass away, because not only is it hard, like, on the rest of us, but their family's taking it the hardest, and it's probably really difficult to maintain a life without a family member, especially when it's one of two parents, you know. So I feel really bad. I don't know, it's really sad to me. I feel like I should move on from this topic. I've been speaking about it for a while, but yeah, that's I felt the need to say something about it because it was a major event, I feel, in my personal year. I don't know if I'll be managing to get singing lessons anymore because of how busy I've been with school. I hope I could eventually. Maybe I will just try to continue singing on my own, which will help me improve nonetheless. It's surely different from someone showing you how to, but I will try, at least. With, like, my friends, I have a friend who's really decent at all kinds of music stuff, so he understands, he could help, I think. But I'm actually gonna get to my New Year's resolutions. Actually, I'm not sure. Another thing that happened is someone I've known for nearly 4 years, that was a really close person to me, actually left me, and I feel the need to point this out. If anyone followed me and has seen, like, doing my boyfriend's makeup or the summer vlogs, there was a guy there, Thomas, whom I was dating, and we did get separated a couple of months ago, in case you're wondering why you won't see any more of him within, like, the next year. I'm not gonna go into it. There was nothing bad about it, though. There was no bad blood between us. Just want to say that. But in case I ever pop up with a new guy, or he doesn't pop up again and you liked him or something, I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen. I wanted to point that out in case anyone cared about this thing. I'm a teenager, I know, so it doesn't really matter with these things yet. But, I feel like that's about it, so I'm gonna actually get to... Wait. There was one more thing. I got my cat this year, and she is the most precious and beautiful thing ever. And also my frog passed away, so rest in peace to my beautiful frog, Salty Nom Noms. I'll always miss you, okay? She was the other person, but it's not a person, but I'll consider her a person, okay? Because she was a beautiful frog, a really annoying but beautiful frog nonetheless. She was a part of me, okay? She was always there staring at me, really weirdly, because she's a frog. What do frogs do? And she always tried to bite my finger. Adorable. And my adorable kitten, and she's absolutely wonderful, and I'm gonna have her for a long time, and I love her. So maybe you guys will eventually get to see her again. She's absolutely dank, so seeing her is a blessing, okay? If you ever see her, consider your day lucky and good. Anyways, now let's actually get to the 2018 resolutions. Oopsie. Okay, my first one is to work out regularly, which last year I said I want to be healthier. now I want to do it even more properly, as I actually keep a strict schedule even during the school year. Because I would actually work out and keep a diet at the end of the school year or during the summer vacation. Now I'm actually gonna try and keep it up during the school year, and I want to be very strict about it because I do want to work on my body. I really am very insecure with how I look, and I'll not only be... yeah, I'm gonna go into that later. The second one is I want to help everyone I notice is feeling down, by which I mean sometimes, you know, people would be posting really upsetting things, but they'd kind of be trying to hide it. They're not like trying to say they're depressed or anything, but they're kind of giving hints. And the sad part is that sometimes people we admire or look up to would be giving you hints for things they do. And when they have such a big following, I don't know, I feel like nobody notices it for some reason. Like with the singer from Linkin Park, I mean, I wasn't a huge fan. I wasn't following them or anything. If you just look at their latest album's titles though, you can kind of tell. I mean, it's been getting more and more depressing, and I feel like that's a thing that we should be paying attention to. When people are making more and more depressing things, chances are they're probably not feeling okay and they need a person to talk to. So I want to try and help everyone I feel is not feeling okay. And I'm not just talking about people with just a slightly bigger following than you, like a few thousand or something. I'm saying anyone that you notice is feeling like this. To me, ignoring them and potentially losing them is like the worst thing you could do. I feel like at least if you tried, and it's sad if they did something, but at least you tried. And I feel like even within their last moments, they probably appreciate it. So do something good for someone, put a smile on their face. I feel like they'd really appreciate it if you go up to someone, even if you don't know them, and you tell them, hey, I may be a stranger, but like I care, and I'll, you know, if they tell them you care and you want to help them and that they could come to you if they feel bad, it will make them feel better. It would make anyone feel better. If somebody said that to me in a time when I'm feeling bad, I could bet you I'm gonna feel so much better, just because you know that there's someone that cares. You need to remind people who are going through depression that there are people that care, because really often, even if they have a lot of people that care, they go completely blind to it. And we need to remind them, we need to tell them, you know, there are so many people that care about you, and you shouldn't do anything drastic, and you should be seeking help rather than, you know, running away from it. Okay, I'm just gonna continue. 3 is be more focused on things. Just try and be more focused, because I really suck at focusing on things. 4, be even more strict with my tasks. Always complete them on the day I should, so I can always keep up a good time and schedule and actually get decent amounts of free time if possible. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. I have my to-do list still, and I'm gonna try and follow it even more strictly, because I kinda started slacking off by the end of the year, so I'm gonna try and follow it now. 5, take care of my physical appearance. Now that I said I'm gonna get into it, what I mean by that is I'm gonna start dieting in a way. I'm not doing this for weight loss purposes. I'm doing it mainly because of my skin, because my skin is really bad. Plus, it will be healthier if I just get some things out of my diet. It's not something bad, no need to worry about me. I'm not going anorexic. It's for the sake of my skin improving. And, you know, even if I lose like 1 or 2 kilos, it's not gonna be too bad for me. And if I work out as well, which would also help me, or hydrate more and all that, I'll be good, you know? And I'll be healthier, I'll look better. That's my point. That's what I want to achieve this year. a really important thing to me because I'm constantly really self-conscious about my skin. When I have really bad acne, I get so anxious and so worried and so worked up over it, which only makes it worse. Which brings me to my next resolution, number 6, which is to try and reduce stress, because stress really is bad for you. I mean, stress is bad, okay, but then it also does bad things to your appearance, and it's probably one of the reasons why I suddenly got even more acne than I did, because during the summer it was starting to clear out, and then when the school year started, oh boy, it's not been good. So I'm gonna try and be a little more calm, which brings me to my next steps: having a good sleeping schedule. This is really important, because I am not able to get to sleep at a decent time, and I really should give myself a decent sleeping schedule. So if I can achieve that this year, if I can achieve all of these this year, be proud of me, okay? And I'm ready to spare some time to make content for my channel on the regular while working on making my content better than ever, with way more effort put into the editing. That's pretty self-explanatory again. I want to try and keep up a decent schedule like I did last year, most likely Mondays and Fridays, and whenever I do have content for Wednesdays, which I'm really gonna try to put up, I will have stuff on Wednesdays too. I'm gonna make sure that my content from now on is better than ever. I have a better web camera, I have a decent camera, and I think I'm gonna seriously work on that. On especially improving the Friday content. I'm gonna do proper montages and videos. I really want to be a little more entertaining, a little more strict about it again with myself, get back to actually producing content on the regular. So be on the lookout for my channel getting more content, especially Mondays and Fridays, reminding you again. And the last one is be more open, genuine, and nice to people who deserve it. By people who deserve it, I mean people who are not retarded or being stupid. So people who are nice to me, I feel I should be nice to. In return, people who are not being stupid, because I really have a tough reaction when I see somebody being really stupid. Be nice to them, and I want to be more open with people and more genuine, because I was told I'm not genuine, and I feel like I worked on it a little bit since then, but I'm still gonna put it here for the sake of, I don't know, just open up even more. Let's be nicer to people. Last but not least, I'm gonna speak about something that is not a resolution but happened recently, and I feel the need to put a few words out on it. In case you didn't hear about this, and I feel like at this point if you're hanging around YouTube or Twitter you'd know, but one of the infamous Pauls, Logan Paul, the one we all thought was the better brother, the more mature one, I still didn't like him. I didn't like either of them, but he was better. He seemed, a little better. But he did something extremely disrespectful and sad. It's just so bad. Like, I don't know how someone could do it. And in case you don't know what he did, he decided to vlog in Japan's suicide forest, or the Sea of Trees, I believe that's the other way they call it. He decided to vlog there, which by itself isn't the greatest thing to do, especially with someone whom generally is more of a comedy type of person, or he's really loud and obnoxious and mocking towards a lot of things, and going into a forest like the suicide forest where, I mean, the name says it all. Probably not the greatest idea for him, especially. It's a place that should be taken seriously. Even if you make a video on it, be respectful. And, like, you have to be very respectful about that place. It's not something you should be making jokes about. The other thing is, if I don't know how, I just can't process it. How could you find someone's corpse and decide to make jokes about in front of the body? and point the camera at it, zoom in on it. Oh, that's what I didn't mention. That's what he did. He found a corpse in the suicide forest. Somebody hung themselves, which sadly is not so uncommon there. And instead of turning off the camera and deciding to speak later about it, he started zooming in the camera. He went up to the corpse, started speaking about it, and they only blurred out the face. And who does that? And if I saw a corpse, I don't think the first thing I would think is I want to get up close and explore. I would get back to the parking lot, especially because they were so close to that parking lot that was there, and contact the correct people to take care of this. That's one thing, but it's also so disrespectful of them, because it was a real person. It could have been like one of your friends, one of your family there, and he just put their body on the internet, and it's just it's really terrible. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like anyone with the basic sense of moral would know just how terrible that is. It's just, death is not something to be joking around with. Like, no matter who, you don't joke about death, especially when it's so real. This is not a movie or something that we didn't personally see. That guy went up close to it and started joking about it. If I was to see a dead man, I would freak out completely. There's no way I would be able to just sit like a few meters away from it and just laugh about it or make jokes about it later on. That's a horrifying experience, and if you don't have that mentality, there's something really wrong with you, I feel. It's not a joke. It's so disrespectful that, I mean, I feel like any of you people would know how bad what he did is. I feel like anyone with a decent moral would have just turned off the camera. They might have spoken about that experience later on, because perhaps it is worth mentioning, and it is something that should be brought light to, but I don't think what he did was bringing light onto the situation, even though he tried to make it seem like that's what he was doing. It was by no means bringing light on that situation. It was just really disrespectful and bad, and he was just mocking it, which is not okay, no matter who you are. The worst part is YouTube put it on trending and all that, which just goes to show how bad YouTube is right now. Just because he's the face of YouTube, you're gonna put a corpse, a hanging corpse, a fresh one at that, in your top 10 trending. That's just messed up. They didn't take it down, he took it down. That's just, I don't know. And he made such a bad apology too. He made like a 1-minute apology about it, and it sucked. It's just terrible. I can't speak too much about this. I feel like I'm really bad at talking or ranting too good, especially when it's such dark matters, but I felt the need to mention it and bring it to light. And if you're feeling bad, I'm not a big channel or something, reaching me is super easy. If you feel bad, if you feel like doing something like that, talk to me or call the suicide prevention line. I'm gonna leave a number in the description for you. But if you're feeling bad, like there is something wrong and you need someone to talk to and you feel like you don't have someone to talk to, I'm here. I'll help you to my best extent, and I'm gonna try and take your mind off of your poor situation. So if you feel like you can't talk to someone in real life, I'm always here. Contact me on any of my social medias. Probably not for YouTube messages because I don't usually see those, but there's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's Steam. Talk to me if you feel bad, or even my Discord. You can even get on my Discord. If you're feeling bad, don't be afraid to talk to me or to anyone that you care about, because they most likely will try and help you, because I'm pretty sure they don't want anything wrong to happen to you. So please don't make any drastic decisions, and please don't listen to that idiot that did all that. And I know that was a really bad way to start 2018, but even so, I have hopes that this is not gonna be a bad year. I have hopes that this is gonna be a good year. Because that's just one person doing something bad, and he's not like the rest of us. He is a famous scumbag whom has no morals. The rest of us ain't like that. So I'm pretty sure everything is gonna be alright, you know? I think it's gonna be a good year. I think it's gonna be a better year than the last 3. And I really hope it will be. I genuinely believe it will be. So we'll see at the end of it, but I have hopes, and I feel like you should too. And I'm just gonna end this video off here. Yeah, if you enjoyed yourself, make sure to leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. And I guess if you just met me, hello. Maybe consider subscribing to my channel for my future content. And I'm gonna see you on Monday with my next video. Bye, Sugar in and out.